are. Hello, Internet. It is I. The droopy one. slowly on this road to recovery, I hope. I really, really hope. I don't know. Feeling a little reflective this morning. Hey, dude. Oh, wow. Hey, a lot of people here. Hello, everyone. Good to see you guys. I see a few people I haven't seen in a while. Good to see AK. Haven't seen in a bit. Razor, thank you for coming back. Fish Cake, hi. DJ, good to see you too. How's everyone doing tonight? Or this morning, whatever. It's morning, it's evening still somewhere. In Hawaii, there we go. It's still evening in Hawaii. I don't know why that's important to me, but anyway, I digress. Ooh. There we go. How you guys all doing this morning? Doing good, not so good. How's everyone feeling, you know? Get a general vibe of where the day is at this point. I am still doing my best to try to get some rest. Still have a week and a half off, which is going to be great, even though I'm still kind of working during that time off, and I know I shouldn't. I'm hanging in there, Fish Cake. We're starting to get to light at the end of the tunnel with all the drama, and I hope it stays that way. Saw the final trailer of Fantastic Four movie, and I love it. Yeah, I'm really excited for Fantastic Four. I know a lot of people are giving like a lot of shit for like not showing a lot of Mr. Fantastic footage, or to imply. I read an article today where it's like, oh, well, that means he must not be doing stretchy stuff very much in the movie at all. And I was kind of looking back at it, it's like, well, Sue Storm doesn't do jack shit either, so what a weird comparison. I'm excited for both movies, and I pretty much plan to watch both of them opening weekend, just like one Saturday, one Sunday, because the idea of not seeing both is upsetting to me. When is my movie coming up? I think the same weekend. Superman release date is next week. Is it next week? I like it more when the trailer shows yes. Yeah, I agree. It comes out a week after next. Oh damn, or is it that quickly? Fuck. Comes out on Tuesday. That's interesting. Oh no, it comes out on the 11th. That makes more sense. Smart Hulk versus Mr. Fantastic. I gotta give it to Mr. Fantastic. However smart Hulk is, Mr. Fantastic is smarter. Not to mention, he has a lot of flexibility what he can do with his abilities. I didn't mean to make that wordplay, but that's yeah. He can do shit. He's a good hard-working dude. Any plans for 4th of July? Probably not, honestly. Nice thing is where we're located, we can kind of watch a fireworks show that happens like way off over there. So sometimes my partner will get some oh god, what's like champagne but non-alcoholic? Martinelli's. Martinelli's, and just gonna watch that for a while. It's fun. Happy Thursday to you too, Daniel. How you doing? Watched Ironheart yesterday. Yeah, I started watching the first episode. I haven't finished it yet. I do intend to finish it. So far I like it. From what I can tell, everyone's kind of saying like, yeah, this is perfectly fine. And that's kind of what I'm expecting out of it. So if it goes beyond that, cool. But we'll see. But yeah, so like Superman looks like it comes out on the 11th. And what about Fantastic Four? On July 25th. So Fantastic Four comes out about 2 weeks later. Okay. Oh crap, am I gonna be at Comic-Con then? I might be actually. I'll send him a bitch. Hello. Alright, good to see you, Allie. I'll see you when you get back. Yeah, okay, so far. I've seen the Underdog and Ryan Reynolds movie, animal documentary. It is hilarious. I didn't know Ryan Reynolds had an animal documentary movie. Is it literally called Underdog? Okay, I'm gonna look it up now because I'm curious. I will say this about Fantastic Four. They advertised a fuck lot more than they did Ironheart. And you know it's because it's a more black-coded show compared with the other stuff they released. Like, it's annoying. Like, this is how you get bad results. Marvel is what you do. Anyway, what was looking up? Ryan Reynolds animal documentary. Yep. Underdog. Ryan Reynolds. Okay, this is fairly new, I imagine. That's a series. Okay.
For over 135 years,
Okay, watching a trailer.
Photography has gone to the ends of the earth to bring you the most stunning footage of nature ever put to film. But now, at the top of the food chain, it's time to shift our focus to the bottom.
Okay.
I've teamed up with Nat Geo.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a animal documentary led by Ryan Reynolds.
And get down in with nature's benchwarmers, not the superheroes, the super zeros.
Oh my.
You tell Great Day.
A slug just squirted at me.
Wherever there's an itch, nature's.
Okay. I think I've seen enough of that to get a good vibe of it. Yeah, looks fine. I mean, I'm not usually crazy about nature documentaries, but, it could be worth a watch. Or just documentaries in general. There's only a few I've watched that I really liked. Let's see, what was I doing? Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I still want to see the new Pixar movie that's out, because I've heard it's pretty good, and I know it did not do well in its opening weekend. So I'm kind of hoping this is a Elemental situation where word of mouth helps bring it back up, but who knows? People get way too obsessed with box offices these days. It just always strikes me as weird, because, like, why do you care? It doesn't affect you at all. Watch the episode, it's like Deadpool doing it. Yeah, I kind of figured. I will say Ryan Reynolds has really honed on his brand lately. That's not a detriment. Like, good for him. He's got his neat. Deadpool really let him kind of do whatever he wanted. There we go. So yeah, like one of these days I'll probably watch it. Like if I'm just high and just looking for something to kill time, I think that'd be a good time for it. God damn. Aaron got really quiet. Where'd everybody go? Everyone was here a second ago. I don't know why I'm turning vaguely southern of some capacity. I don't really know which way. It's one of those days where we just turn random voices. I'm driving. I suddenly take anti-allergy, and now I'm drowsy as fuck. I hope I can stop in a motel with a few annoying hookers. Like, is it serious? Are you making a joke, or do you genuinely need to pull over? First off, you shouldn't be messing me while you're driving. That part feels more important. Yeah, don't text and drive. It goes for the rest of you kids. And adults, whoever one you may be. Sometimes I have a hard time keeping track. Although I'm the biggest hypocrite, I have absolutely done it. And I shouldn't have, but I did. That might be... I feel like that's something I can get in trouble for later, but meh. I could just... Nah. I guess I'm going to not sit with it. Sorry, words hard, doing best. Excuse me. Don't go near the hooks, Patrick. I get it. I understood that reference. So seriously, what's everyone else up to? Who's still here? I said we got DJ and Fish Cake. AK, you still here, man? Well, Allie said she's coming back, so I'll wait on her. But, well. God, I don't think I've watched SpongeBob, in at least a decade. Let's you count the movies. I have seen the movies. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Sometimes you guys get really quiet, and sometimes I feel like I'm rambling too much to myself. Or I get very self-conscious about it after a while. Which is kind of silly, considering I chose to do the stream. That's kind of the whole point. But be that as it may. Alright, let's see what's up on Nerdy News. That's a good way to find conversation topics. Do you guys hear the Brain Dexter back again for some fucking reason? For those who are too young or don't remember it, Dexter was that show that was really popular for a little while about a serial killer who kills other killers. and it was kind of it's a weird little pocket of entertainment now, because I remember it was huge back in those first 4 seasons, and I was a big fan of it too. But then it's kind of started to take a downward spiral, and then you kind of rewatch it and realize how annoyingly stupid everyone is. Teen Phoenix versus Mr. Fantastic. I don't know what Teen Phoenix can do, so again, I'm gonna say Mr. Fantastic. Okay, so I got distracted by just this thing, just one thing. One is the longest number of an. Oh, that's a good song. I like Dexter Lab too. That was like the peak era of Cartoon Network. I mean, I don't think that remains true, but it was at the time. Dexter's Lab. Fuck, what else was on that network at the time? Even Powerpuff Girls, which as a boy I was too self-conscious to say I liked, but I liked it. Nowadays I wouldn't give a shit, but back then I was very much like, oh no, people might find out I like stuff with girls in it. Because, you know, I'm conservative community, misogynistic ideas about the role of women in the household. So, thankfully I've gotten over that over the preceding years. Johnny Test. Ooh, Johnny Test was another one. Some cartoons are just wild. Oh yeah, like especially around the '90s, it was really starting to become like, what can we get away with? Animaniacs was a big starting point in that trend. That of course is translated to other cartoons as we kind of started to not have that high restrictions on what can and can't show on television. That's still expanding all the time, but like a show like Family Guy could not have existed back in the '80s and '90s. It might have had. Wait, actually, when did Family Guy come out? Like, did it come out? I feel like it came out for a long time. When did these episodes appear? Well, I'll be damned. It was in the '90s. All right. Never heard Johnny Test, but I love the original Johnny Quest. Yeah, for Allie, since you don't know, Johnny Test was this cartoon that I'm kind of amazed got past the censors. About a really buff guy who's not very smart and is a serial womanizer. But the punchline of it is he's really bad at picking up women. So most of the show is him making weird, like, dirty jokes and then getting the crap beat out of him by women who fucking know what the kind of guy they're dealing with. It's actually a pretty funny concept. My parents stopped letting me watch it for fairly obvious reasons, but it was a really funny concept. There's a lot of bizarre batshit shows out there. But like, what? Okay, look up the best Cartoon Network shows and see which ones are like from the old era and the current era and like the newer era. Johnny Bravo? Then what the fuck is Johnny Test? Okay, here we go. Something came out earlier this year. 37 best Cartoon Network shows of all time. Let's dig it down. First one says Adventure Time. I'm inclined to agree. I'm a big fan of Adventure Time. That one actually like saved me a couple times when I was younger. I'll still put on a rewatch of Adventure Time once again. It's very easy to dive back into. Because I'm the big guy with the blonde hair and stupid sunglasses. Yep, that'd be the one. The Powerpuff Girls, I would agree, is also one of their best ones they did. What else is on this list? Courage the Cowardly Dog. How can I forget the weird ass shit that would go on Courage the Cowardly Dog? Tom and Jerry. Yep. So was Tom and Jerry originally Cartoon Network? I know they did a reboot or two, so maybe that's how it kind of applies. Yeah, like Courage the Cowardly Dog was a fascinating show. That was both parts just really weird and off-putting, and also very just you couldn't look away. Johnny Test basically has twin sisters who makes things and he tests them out of something to. Oh, I got you. Okay. Now we're all on the same page. God, Courage the Cowardly Dog, such a weird show. I never could figure out how I felt about it. Steven Universe, yep, also a great one. I love that one to death. That wasn't quite in the 90s era, but I think it's still one of the best things I've ever done. Even though they kind of tried to fuck it, metaphorically, quite a few times during production. And it's kind of amazed it got to finish the story in the way that it did. Ben 10, yep. Ben 10 was after my time. But, like, I respect it all the same. Grandpa, I'm aware I'm old. Fishcake, thank you for pointing that out. Ed, Ed, and Eddie is another one. Wasn't one I was really allowed to watch when I was younger. I think my parents found it too obnoxious. And they're right. But they didn't want me to have access to obnoxious, which, you know what, I can kind of see. Yeah, how many sequel series does Ben 10 have at this point? I feel like there's like a million of them. Oh, Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, also fantastic. That was back all the way, oh wow, 2003. Damn. Teen Titans had some amazing stories. It really did, and I understand why it holds a legacy it does now. But I feel like we tend to pigeonhole or memory hole these stories back then that did not work. The Smurfs, Scooby, Yogi, Beavis and Butthead. Were all though? I don't think all those were Cartoon Network though. I think these were different studios. I know they had Scooby Doo for a while. Yeah, because I still have a special hate bone in my body for that one fucking episode where they tried to do Batmite, except it was like Robin Mite, and I fucking hated it. And for some reason, more than anything else, that's the one that just sticks most vividly in my brain. Rob Riggle was great as Deathstroke. I'm kind of sad they never really used him for that again. Plank guy wearing me out. Yeah, that's completely valid. The Amazing World of Gumball. Yep, that's another great one from Cartoon Network. My partner finally showed me like the entire run. I'm glad they're bringing it back. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy was actually not a show I liked when I was younger. I kind of found them too annoying to just get behind, especially the dude. I really wanted to punch the dude, and I get he's supposed to be annoying, but they did too good of a job. Okay, a lot of those are Disney shows, Allie Parker. I'm talking specifically about Cartoon Network. That was a different network that ran these. Yeah, stuff like Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, DuckTales, that was all Disney. I don't know where Fantastic Four aired, honestly. That could have been like a Hanna-Barbera era kind of thing. And Space Ghost Coast to Coast was Adult Swim, I believe. That one is technically Cartoon Network. Codename Kids Next Door is another one. For the happens funny when you're high. Oh yeah, that one's Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon published that one. Nickelodeon also had a really good era that slowly just kind of puttered out and died. The Kids Next Door was another one that's mentioned on here. Another one I didn't really watch. I don't think I disliked it. I just never watched it. I think maybe I was aging out of it by the time it came out. Cow and Chicken, another really obnoxious show that my parents would not let me watch. And you know, in hindsight, I do not blame them. Especially knowing what we know about the creator now. Naruto was on Cartoon Network for a short time. Yeah, but I don't think they produced it, though. I think it's kind of a fine line there. I'm more like Cartoon Network produced shows. Or made by HBO. Teen Titans Go is another one here. I know a lot of people do not like this show because they resent it for replacing the traditional Teen Titans. But I think it's way more clever than people give it credits for. I really do. Have you guys ever seen the Teen Titans Go movie? The Teen Titans Go to the movies? Hilarious film. Joke a minute. If one joke didn't land, you have 3 more to look forward to in the next 10 seconds. It was a fucking great movie, and I will defend it. The Disney ones were like Fox or New on the network after school. Oh, yeah. I remember some of those. Chowder, the weird kid that always has the cravings. I don't think I ever watched Chowder either. I think I know Chowder. I swear Space Ghost USA back when USA was good. It could very well have been. I have not seen that movie. I have seen clips of it. What's Fraggle Rock? I don't know where Fraggle Rock now that I think about it. So I haven't watched that Teen Titans Go movie yet. I probably will watch it someday. Yep, Static Shock. That's another great one. On that, another like Justice League. You know, fantastic. Clarence is another one on here. This is more of a new one. I have not seen this one. We Bare Bears was another one listed on here. I watched an episode of We Bare Bears, and I didn't hate it. I just didn't really keep watching it either. But I think I would kind of want to go back to it one of these days. Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack is another one that was after my time. I mean, Frogger Rock's a good show. I won't deny it. Jim Henson at his peak, you know. Dexter's Lab. Yep, there's Dexter's Lab. Tom the Train Engine. It's weird to see it early in the morning. Oh, I have very vague memories of seeing Tom the Tank Engine every now and again. All right, let's read the description for Dexter's Lab, because that's kind of what brought us here in the first place. If you've somehow never seen one of Cartoon Network's most iconic cartoons, Dexter's Laboratory, often abbreviated to Dexter's Lab, you're at least seen the meme made of whispering "au latte de fromage" into a girl's ear. The 90s cartoon centered on Dexter, a child genius and inventor with an unexplained accent whose missions were constantly thwarted by his annoying yet lovable sister Dee Dee and his arch nemesis Mandark. Oh god, I forgot about Mandark. A nerd infatuated with Dee Dee. Apart from its fresh and original humor, this show's voice acting really made it stand out. Despite the fact that it's been over 20 years since the show first aired, I can still hear Dexter yelling at Dee Dee and their mom yelling at him. It's a comic cover, just a cover is a comic like what are you talking about, Fish Cake? Oh, Pepper Ann. I think that was Disney, actually. God, was that Disney? Because I know they had her like cross over to House of Mouse once. It's a weird affiliation for me to have to that specifically, but it's what I got. I'm so flippant. If it makes you feel any better, Allie, I've seen most of the cartoons you've brought up, so. Cartoon Network became home to many. Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, which I understand was one of the, I guess, kind of sort of reboots of the Scooby-Doo cartoon. I heard this one was really good. It's the one that kind of just coded Fred as just a kind of an autistic boy that's really obsessed with traps and kind of gained more personality as a result. She was on Saturday mornings. No, I mean, like, I'm trying to figure who published Pepper Ann, because I remember that show. I remember that fucking theme that I didn't like. It was in 1997. Who made this? Because it's available on Disney Plus. What channel is Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers? That was Disney. Chip 'n Dales are exclusively Disney characters. Oh, appeared on ABC. Okay. I guess at some point Disney bought the rights. Kind of like what they did with Doug. If you remember that show. Doug was another weird one. I watched it a lot, but I never think I really got it. What else is on here? Two Stupid Dogs. Another one I know. I heard of it, but I just did not watch it, and I don't even know if I have a reason why. Avengers. I saw that the Phineas and Ferb guys made a cover of Marvel comic, and Phineas and Ferb replaced it in superheroes. There's one Fantastic Four, and I think there's one of the classic Avengers. That doesn't surprise me. Phineas and Ferb kind of got everywhere for a little while. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I know that one's a pretty big popular one. A lot of people still. Samurai Jack. Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. Samurai Jack was a show I only watched in adulthood, anticipation for the final season that was coming out. See, kids, back in my day, kids got cartoons when they got home since the TV babysat us, and it gave us a chance to unwind after a long day. Then we got Saturday mornings, too, with our bowl of cereal and Eggos. Yeah, I don't miss waking up that early for Saturday, though. But I remember waking up for it. I don't know, I think it's kind of nostalgia making it better than it actually was. There was definitely a nostalgia factor to it, but honestly, like, kids got it way better now. Because at least you don't have to fight for the TV with your parents, you know? I guess you still kind of do. But tablets and stuff kind of take all out of it. Okay, I'm going to talk about Samurai Jack, because I like Samurai Jack. What channel is Stripperella? Definitely not Cartoon Network. I like having DVDs. Hey, physical media is still good. I'm curious now. Where did Stripperella air? It's probably like, whatever the adult, like MTV, I can imagine doing it. Let's see. It aired in 2003. And and it was released Spike TV. Yeah, that's what it was. Spike TV, which was the more adult channel at the time. I don't think anyone remembers Spike TV now. I don't think it's even a thing anymore. Drawn Together. Yep, there's another one. All right, Samurai Jack. A unique example. Samurai Jack was a rare Cartoon Network show that got cut before it could really end, and was revived over a decade later to air in the final season on Cartoon Network's aptly titled adult programming block. Adult Swim, the show centered on a brave and lonely samurai with a magical katana on a mission to save his kingdom from doom. It was a truly original show, blending different styles of animation and art, and showcasing impressively choreographed action-packed fight scenes while exploring themes of grief and regret. Despite its darker subject matter, the screwball comedy style kept Samurai Jack light enough for younger audiences. The rare circumstances of its survival gave viewers the opportunity to grow with the beloved show, further solidifying its impression on fans. Stripperella is a stripper that's also a superhero. Fun fact, Stan Lee had a hand in creating that particular character. So you can kind of guess when he's kind of get a little old and horny for a while. Until he eventually kind of settled back down into, you know, that nice old, like nice grandpa guy. And he owned that image too. Like, I met him before he died. Yeah, he maintained that the entire time. Totally Spies. I did not watch this one. Again, kind of for the same reason. I didn't watch a lot of girls with shows with female protagonists because I was really afraid of having my masculinity threatened. Again, it was not a good look at the time, and I deeply regret it now. But I was a kid. I didn't know any better. There's also Craig of the Creek, which is another one I haven't really heard of. Oh, that one came in 2018. That's why. Had been more of a diverse cast, which is good. Total Dream Island, I know, is another one that kind of developed a cult following upon its release. I did not watch it either, because at this point, yeah, I long stopped watching Cartoon Network. Over the Garden Wall, this one I actually want to see. We have entered the weird era. Behold, the Stripperella. I mean, not entirely inaccurate. Over the Garden Wall is another one I want to watch, because I know it's an Emmy award-winning classic. Captain Planet. Ooh, Captain Planet. Who did... Was that ABC? That might have been ABC. Do you see Total Dream or Drama? Total Drama. The one that was a spoof on the fucking whatchamacallit at the time, reality shows of the time. Alright, fuck, let's read the thing. Let's read the thing. While Total Drama Island aired at the peak of American reality TV shows centered on survival, it was somehow still ahead of its time. Clearly inspired by shows like Survivor and The Amazing Race, the show also drew inspiration from other contemporary shows and pop culture phenomenons, with a wide cast representing all kinds of people, from the beautiful and wealthy to the outcast and everyone in between. Perhaps the stereotype that nailed the most was the clearly unstable reality TV show host, an unfortunately honest cliche that is often more sad than funny in real life. Like I said, Dream. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me a show like that actually existed. Gem and the Holograms. I feel like I've seen clips from Gem and the Holograms, but it did not show up on Boomerang, which is where I caught up on a lot of the old classics. And the lot more offensive ones. In hindsight, that have not aged well. Like, Over the Garden Wall is one I want to watch. I can't, so that's one I still want to do. I saw a clip of it recently. I actually highlighted it on the channel on one of the underrated villain videos. Okay, here we go. Here's Chowder. Someone kept bringing Chowder a couple times. Spinks, that's my girlfriend's fave when we were kids. I hate when she switched channels. Madagascar. Scooby-Doo. Yeah, they didn't do a Scooby-Doo remake. I think they bought the rights to it. They aired a lot of the shows that were already made at the time. Because I remember watching Young Pup Scooby-Doo in early mornings. Captain Caveman. Wasn't that a Hanna-Barbera cartoon way back when? All right, here we go. I'm going to read the one about Chowder, because that one keeps coming up, and I don't know what it is. While it was perhaps the only Cartoon Network show that centered on food and cooking, Chowder was much more than a food show, even if every character was named after a food. The series followed the young and hyperactive Chowder, who served as an apprentice to elderly eccentric chef Mundal. Eager to learn, Chowder is still an impulsive kid who makes a lot of mistakes and has to fix them. His antics are not appreciated by Schnitzel, the gruff chef he works for, whose only communication is saying "rada," a word without a real meaning that fans adopted anyway. The show was beloved for its snarky original writing that wasn't afraid to break the fourth wall at times. Scooby-Doo meets Mama Cass, Don Cass, Batman, Jerry Reed, Genie and Babu. I feel like you may say enough of these, you make this into a song. So kind of in the tune of like Johnny Cash's "I've Been Everywhere." All right, let's see what else we got. Mike, Lou, and Ugg. Why is this activating in some bizarre corner of my brain that has long been forgotten and suppressed? What the fuck? I recognize these designs. I do not remember the show at all. Scooby-Doo and Batman, but why do they use one version of Batman? I don't know. Creative decisions. Rah. I feel like so that's where that comes from. I have heard that before. Okay, so Mike, Lou, and Ugg. The fucking show I apparently watched. Watching this as a kid, everyone wanted to be Mike, this cool New York girl who became a foreign exchange student sent to the secluded island of Albanquinton. While she's not used to being an island girl, she quickly gets accustomed to the life her new friends, Lou, an island princess, and Ugg, a scientific genius, are living, riding elephants and exploring pirate ships, while also bringing some modern city creations into the world, such as playing baseball and teaching everyone how to roller skate. God, there's something so weirdly familiar about it. Because there's only one Batman when Scooby came out. I mean, I don't know, that's what they went with. I was struggling to get some sleep, so I thought I would come by and wish everyone had a really good day. Oh, good to see you, anime fan. Well, sorry I'm having trouble sleeping. But you're welcome to hand out if you want, or don't. It's completely up to you. Jabberjaw, anime. Sounds like me if I'm a girl. What part sounds like you if you're a girl? I'm not sure I understand. Oh, right, the thing I just read. Regular show, which I've seen some episodes of, and I know it gets pretty fucking insane. I'm gonna read this one because I'm actually kind of curious where this one goes. I've only seen like parts of the first season. Okay, so one of Cartoon Network shows that toyed the line between being for kids and being for adults. Regular show became a fast favorite amongst teens who appreciated the inappropriate humor that flew over the heads of its younger audiences, including a joke about big balls that its writer, Calvin Wan, admitted to being ashamed of writing. The show followed friends Rigby and Mordecai, apathetic young adults who worked at the groundskeepers at the local park, and often find themselves in a situation that would be simple enough to overcome, until something magical or supernatural makes it difficult, thus turning a boring day into an excessive misadventure, ripe with innuendos galore and some of the strangest characters Cartoon Network has ever seen. Regular show is the kind of show you never get tired of and revisiting, especially when you need a cheap laugh. Have you ever heard of Jar Jar Binks? Yes, I grew up when the episode 1 came out. I am very familiar with Jar Jar Binks. Talking about Cartoon Network shows, I am indeed an anime fan. Regular show is a tearjerker. Yeah, I heard it gets very intense at some point. When I heard some of the lore bits, I'm like, oh my god, this show's something insane. I have to watch it at some point. WD cartoon, She-Ra, He-Man, Thundercats. Yep, that was another one. Were those all Cartoon Network? No, I don't think they were. But they're classic cartoons in their own era. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Uncle Grandpa. I do not get this show. I only watched like the Steven Universe crossover they did, and I regret watching that because I just did not get Uncle Grandpa's whole fucking thing. And if you guys don't even know what this show is, it was just a kind of a batshit show about an eccentric old man who could do like dimension hops and shit. I don't know. I was definitely not in the target audience for it. But I'm gonna read the thing because now I'm curious. Cartoon Network is known for its outrageous, unconventional cartoon comedies, and Uncle Grandpa is exemplary of that signature style. Uncle Grandpa is a nonsensical action-adventure show that follows the shape-shifting, wacky uncle of Grandpa as he visits children and takes them on surreal adventures that don't always, read ever, go as planned. Accompanied by grouchy dinosaur Mr. Gus and Pizza Steve, an anthropomorphic slice of cheese, and traveling on a cut-out image of a tiger aptly named Giant Realistic Flying Tiger, Uncle Grandpa and his a talking fanny pack belly bag get to do crazy misadventures in every episode, providing a steady stream of laughs and perhaps a few moments of wondering what exactly the writers were on when they worked on this show. That's a lot of crazy shit to include in one paragraph. I grew up watching Cartoon Network. Oh yeah, so did I. It's kind of what we. That's kind of how we got into this topic. Yeah, Uncle Grandpa. It was just a fucking batshit show. Wish he's his own grandpa. Yeah, I guess so. If you really think about it. Oh my god. I'm seeing pictures of old cartoons that I do not remember a thing from, but just seeing the cover of it just unlocks a weird back part of my brain. This, I guess, is what intense nostalgia feels like. I'm gonna check my stats on something real quick. Hold on. God damn it, YouTube. Really been interesting to me. It's really been fucking with me lately. Now I won't even show this one? Fucking damn it. Bastards. Hold on. So I published a new short before I came on here, and it looks like they didn't promote it at all, which is very frustrating. But anyway. Let me get back to the list. Okay, so whatever happened to Robot Jones? It feels like, again, I've at least seen the cover. I don't remember anything from the show. Captain N, was that? I don't think that was Cartoon Network. I know what show you're talking about, actually. Maybe I'm gonna read the thing for whatever happened to Robot Jones. Maybe it's because it came out right around the same time as Nickelodeon's My Life as a Teenage Robot, but Cartoon Network's Whatever Happened to Robot Jones didn't really have the chance of blossoming and find a large audience. Still, there was a niche community of animation lovers who never forgot about the short-lived cartoon that followed Robot Jones, a young robot who was to go to middle school and collect data on humans in the 1980s. Why does that sound so fucking familiar? Robot Cop? Was that an actual show? What show was it? The character called the Nigga-Chin. That was Fairly Odd Parents. DJ. Fairly Odd Parents is the one you're looking for. Well, I don't think that actually. Okay, let's see. What else you got on this? Batman the Brave and the Bold. In my opinion, probably like one of the most underrated Batman shows out there. And I respect it the more I've seen from it and the more I realize what it was going for. Because, like, Brave and the Bold took some big fucking swings. And leaned to the campier side of Batman, which I actually thought was pretty good, but it doesn't mean it was stupid. In fact, it had a very intelligent approach to its humor and its style and, again, what it wanted to do. One of my favorite episodes of that show is actually the first appearance of Batmite, and, like, halfway through that thing, he kind of makes a point, like, this is getting rather silly, and then he just dudes, like, cut away to a convention of Batman nerds. This is what their way of directly addressing the angry Batman fans watching this show. And I'm like, and I think one person popped up who's wearing a shitty Batman costume said, like, I'm sorry, you guys have, like, you haven't fighting Easter bunnies and all these crazy shit. That's not my Batman. I watched Batman Brave and the Bold, and they got a bunch of the action figures. And then they have Batmite respond with basically, like, this interpretation is just as valid as any other. It has a long history of Batman as a character in this franchise, and we're going to explore that area because it is just as equally valuable as the classic grim dark take. Batman's Amazing Friends. You can name the friends without looking it up. Iceman and Firestar. Boom. Guess you watched Spider-Man's Amazing Friends. Brave and the Bold introduced me to a bunch of heroes and villains I didn't know. Oh yeah, they picked some obscure ones out there. Again, I have a lot of respect for Batman Brave and the Bold. I think he knew exactly what he wanted to be, and it succeeded in that. Yep, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited were like one of my favorite shows on that network. I watched every fucking episode. The only one I didn't watch during its original run was I think it was the Christmas special. Maestro Man. Oh, you're thinking Music Meister, Fish Cake. Music Meister, voiced by none other than Neil Patrick Harris. And I don't think they ever brought that character back to the show because Neil Patrick Harris is probably too expensive. God, original Justice League came out in 2001. What a weird fucking thought. It's been 24 years. God damn. Music Meister shows up in Batwheels. Yeah, he's shown up at other shows, and they haven't played by different actors. But the original one with Neil Patrick Harris has yet to return, to my knowledge. God, Justice League came out 24 years ago. How old was I then? I'm gonna try like 24, so I'm gonna be in a 9. I was fucking 9 when this show came out. That's really weird to think about. Moving on. Young Justice. Yeah, I guess Young Justice was Cartoon Network. Yeah. That's fair. And lastly, going back to Allie's point. Nice, you're my favorite person now. Yep, I watched a lot of those old cartoons when I was younger. Like we had Boomerang, which had aired a lot of the old like Hanna-Barbera stuff and like referenced other like older cartoons. I watched a lot of that actually. And caught up on some other old cartoons as a result of that. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends being one of them. Like you're talking about Young Justice or the one about Music Meister? That looks like all the ones that are on this list for Cartoon Network shows. You know what? Let's expand our search. Because I like doing this topic. I'm going to do it for a little bit longer before I end up crashing. We're going to go into the best cartoons of all time. The best cartoon shows of all time. What makes the list? We shall see. Batman Brave and the Bold. Weirdest Batman character ever. It's only Batman who can smile and laugh. Yeah, basically. It harkens back to the Golden Age, which is what they were always doing. Like when you were 9. Yep, I was 9 years old when Justice League came out. You can make of that what you will. Okay, here we go. We're not going through the entire list, but there's a list on here for top 100 animated series. Let's break it down. The first one on the list, at number 100, is Josie and the Pussycats. Ali, I imagine this will make you happy. Which apparently was a spin-off of the Archie show, which is interesting. I want to know what Batman Brave and the Bold thinks. Okay, cool. I don't think I fully understood that, but good for you. The original Mask, which aired from 1985 to 1986. That one I never really could catch up. It's like same thing like Transformers and Thundercats. Shows I could never just figure out how to watch. Josie was okay, but eh. Okay, all right. We have Clerks, the animated series. It aired in 2000 on ABC. And the Smurfs at number 97. That aired from 1981 to 1990. It lasted for 9 years on NBC. Star Trek, the animated series, which aired from 1973 to 1974 on NBC. When did Justice League come out? Justice League came out in 2001. So I will let you do the math there. Oh, at 95 makes some anime fans happy. Full Metal Alchemist is number 95, which aired from 2004 to 2006. Really? I thought it was longer than that. On Cartoon Network. So yep, there you go. The Boondocks is another one that was on Adult Swim, technically Cartoon Network. That was aired from 2005 and is still going 20 years later. Kind of amazing when you think about it. Ooh, this is one of my favorites when I was a kid. Darkwing Duck, which aired from 1991 to 1992, and I thought it was longer for some reason, but that was a show I really got into when I was a kid. I think it was the first kind of superhero I emulated before I got into Spider-Man. I'm gonna read this one on Darkwing Duck because I just want to talk about it. Disney Afternoon's response to Batman, but with the Duck looking more like the Shadow than the Dark Knight. It's one of the many reasons why after-school cartoons ruled. This DuckTales spinoff ran from 1991 to 1995, and during that time, the goofy yet thrilling adventures of Drake Mallard never ceased to satisfy. How could they not? Awesome sidekick who was more Han Solo than Dick Grayson? Check. His name is Launchpad, and he's about 10 different types of cool. He has about 10 different types of cool dark theme aerials transport. Check. A few homages to Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, some nods to James Bond and Marvel for good measure. Double check. And that theme song makes for a geeky cool ringtone, which is nice. From DW's misadventures with Gizmo Duck to some throwbacks with villain Flintheart Glomgold, our time in the city of St. Canard was more than worthwhile. It was pure fun. I now know someone has skin is blue. Oh, okay. Rugrats. Rugrats is another one I watched a lot of. when I was a kid. I was a big fan of Rugrats. Back when that was airing during, peak Nickelodeon. There's Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, which was a Cartoon Network show that aired from 2000 to 2007. Actually, how long did Rugrats go, actually? It originally aired from 1991 to 1994, and then again from 1996 to 2004. Yeah, I never understood how they stayed the same age and had at least 3 Christmas specials. That never made sense to me. And my brain can never figure it out until I kind of just gave up. 2001, that's all. I know you're older than me, but still. It's a lot for me. Like, let me have this. Alright, what else we got? Birdman. Oh, take care of Fish Cake. Gonna hang out with you. Afro Samurai, which aired on Spike TV from 2007 and is still going. I don't know if it still airs at Spike TV. I don't know, Spike TV was still around. This also might have been like when the time this was written. Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which aired on Cartoon Network from 2008 to about a couple years ago, I believe. And then Woody Woodpecker, which were actually not a TV show, a syndicated theatrical shorts. Or at least when it started. Frisky Dingo, which is a show I completely forgot existed. And that one from 2006, 2008. That was also a Cartoon Network show. That was on Adult Swim. And then we have Astro Boy, which was from 1963. From 1963 and 1966 was Astro Boy. That one's in syndication. God, that show's like really fucking old. I know this one's a fan favorite for a lot of people. Foster Homes for Imaginary Children Friends. That's from 2004, and I guess it's still kind of going. Star Wars: The Clone Wars was everything to me because I loved Star Wars at the time. Yeah, I think if you go back and rewatch a lot of... Actually, TMNT, I think I'm pretty sure it's Nickelodeon. I could be wrong on that, though. What was I saying about Clone Wars? Yeah, it's kind of like how rough that first season is, it's not like it's bad, it's just like it's rough around the edges. It's taken quite a while to kind of smooth things out and figure out what they want to do with it. But once it got there, it was great. Not all episodes are winners, but with a show that long, that's always going to be the case. And this one, this is the show that got me into Spider-Man to begin with. This was Spider-Man, the 1994 TV series that aired from 1994 to 1998 on Fox. And then the original Teen Titans, which, oh god, I was 11 when it came out, apparently. It aired from 2003 to 2006 on, again, Cartoon Network. I didn't watch Nick. I did Cartoon Express on USA and then normal networks like Fox, NBC, CBS. Nickelodeon was still a normal network. It was just one exclusively aimed at children. Oh, see if you remember this show. Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Maybe not one we want to revisit, given the circumstances. That one went on from 1972 to 1985 on CBS. It's a shame, because I like the Fat Albert bit, too. Grandpa's talking a cartoonist talking. Oh, hush. Listen to your elders. I was just kind of saying that, like, Teen Titans Go. I have a lot of respect for Teen Titans Go. It takes big swings and not afraid to be its own thing. And it get weird with it. Okay, at number 80, we have Alvin and the Chipmunks, which aired from 1983 to 1990. Like, you should go listen to his Revenge album. Maybe I will. We have Seed Lab 2021, which aired from 2000 to 2005 on Adult Swim. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, Dragon Ball Z, which apparently only aired from 1989 to 1996, not including the spin-off series. Alright, take care, AK. Probably going to house soon myself, because it is getting late. Johnny Quest, here we go. Had a revival. So the first one aired from 1964 to 1965, and then it came back from 1986 to 1987. Not sure why the prolonged break, but... Alright, I'll read 2 more, and then I'm probably going to crash. Next one is Voltron, from 1984 to 1985. And then last one we're going to talk about Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist, which apparently was a Comedy Central show that aired on 1995 and 1999. Alright, this one's going to read because I'm morbidly curious about this one. Using a therapist couch as a form for stand-up shtick was a great idea. Comedians are usually just complaining most of the time anyway, so you might as well just work it onto the show. And instead of just giving a comedian their own sitcom, why not have a show that gives a bunch of comedians a chance to run with their best material? And let's animate into it in Squiggle Vision, of course. A lot of comedians actually went on to get their own shows anyway. Ray Ramona, Sarah Silverman, Dennis Leary, Joe Bayer, and Jon Stewart, to name a few. But the show really wouldn't have worked without Jonathan Katz as Dr. Katz and H. John Benjamin as his lethargic son Ben. Listening to the two of them together was like having two Bob Newharts collide in an endearing stammer fest of love. The animation was crude, but the heart and humor were there. Randy Cunningham, Ninja? I have no idea. Alright, guys, I think I'm going to call it there. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. This was a fun conversation. Maybe if there's enough demand for it, I'll go back into this list tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you all for hanging out. I'll see you all, again tomorrow. Alright, take care, everybody.